Yay!
No biting. I'm gonna put you up.
Are you okay?
I just love it when I said, I'm gonna put you up. He gave me a dirty look and just walked off.
Hey there, gaming Troge.
Oh no, Troge, I have a dog.
Oh.
He's a rowdy puppy.
Hey Natsuki, how you doing?
He's
Hey, Natsuki.
Oh,
he's
man.
being a butthead right now, being needy. Can't just force yourself to play. You're gonna bite my headphones, and I don't want that. Go play somewhere else.
Ooh.
Thank you.
It's been a while since I did an art stream.
It has been a while. As you can see, he's now using Clip Studio.
Doggo just wants love. Yeah,
Doggo just wants love.
Yeah, I've been a lot more comfortable using Clip Studio recently. I think I'm liking it more than Medibang now.
It's a useful tool. I will agree with you there.
He's... I want to say some sort of shepherd mix. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Oh no, he's coming back.
It's like I heard you talking about me.
I need a... oh, not shepherd. I want to say retriever. I don't know. What are you? Can you tell me what you are?
A lab?
Oh yeah.
This is my lab. And this is my
laboratory. My laboratory.
It took me years to understand that joke as a kid, and I love that joke now.
Wait, Charles, is this my first one?
It did its job.
No biting. I'll put you up.
See.
No biting.
I don't think you've seen Zenny live before. Zenny's popped up in all of our streams, but she's working on debuting pretty soon.
I have my stuff ready, I just need to find the day and, like, what to do on it. I am open to suggestions.
Hey Mike, how you doing?
Don't! Hey, drop it! Good boy.
I'm trying to figure out a good pose for Zonic here. What's on my screen?
I'm so glad I taught my dog drop it. Otherwise he would have kept biting my wrist and that would have hurt.
There we go.
And we ah!
Do.
One wants to see my Chromie debut. It's Chromie. No, I'm joking.
We'll have lots of friends there for you, though.
What you want, Ryan? You just want tummy rubs?
What is happening? Ah!
I need a Dropbox. God. Hang on.
I'm just like, is it free or is it not free?
I don't know.
Everything's free for the right price.
Free. Go play. You cannot just keep giving me your toys and expect me to hold them. Weirdo.
I'm gonna give Zonic a sassy pose.
Yeah, it's not free anymore.
Then can't you just email them?
Yeah, I could do that.
What's not free?
I had to use a Dropbox.
I
can't just demand pets for me, you weirdo.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm done. I'm good. It's all ready for them. They just have to tell me when they're done so I can give them their commission.
Nice.
The dog distracted me and I forgot what I was doing.
Timmy. Good old Timothy.
Timothy.
So what am I drawing? So I'm working on sub art. So when people subscribe to me, they can get a doodle. And if they sub another month on top of that, they can also get the doodle finished. Look at this cargo! Yes, cargo. So I'm working on Zonix. I've also got to do one for Toad, and I got to do one for Trixie.
No.
You good?
My dog is like demanding pets from me, and he's trying to like reach up to my hand that I had held up, and now he's just rubbing his nose up my armpit, and it tickles. So I'm just like, stop it. Hey, get kisses? Hey, kisses? Ah, that's a bite on the nose. No, thank you.
But yeah, on top of that, I'm going to be working on an animated emote as well, because I finally got those, and I've got a couple ideas I want to do.
Hey.
Ooh.
Wanna know one of the ones that I really like seeing?
What's that?
Is the animated emotes when they're waving like glow sticks and they're like raving. I will put you up in your crate. You better stop. No. Wanna go to bed?
I would say one idea I do have for one of them is going to be a dancing emote.
Yep. I'll put you to bed. You better stop. No, you better stop. I'm gonna put you to bed. Thought. Oh my god, Zenny's dog reminds me of my 3-year-old nephew. Oh, funny enough, Lynx, he's still a puppy. He's like only a year old.
He's a puppy, yeah.
He's a puppy boy. Do something, see what happens. I thought.
Hey,
There's
Toad.
A Toad?
How you
Where's
doing, Toad?
Hello, Toad.
Oh, I forgot he's way shorter than me. Oh. Hi. Yes, hello. You cannot demand pets. You gotta sit for 'em. It's a prime sub.
You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond. Plus.
Oh, you even know that. Oh my god. Ooh,
Thank you for the resub, Toad.
Yeah.
Funny enough, we were just mentioning your sketch, so... Because I'll be working on your sketch today. I guess you want me to finish it? The, Hollow GBA?
Did you say finish it?
Finish?
Or are you, like, the sketch? It sounded like you were trying to stop yourself from saying finish shit.
Oh, no. I just say words weird. That's just me.
Oh, I relate to that. Oh, that's an old sub. Yeah, we're kind of behind.
Yeah, I'm catching up today. Luckily, I only got 3 left to do, so I'm not that far behind. But, yeah, I definitely need to get these done.
Don't pull with me and wait several months to do them.
Goodness. Yeah, I don't want to be in that situation.
I never added mesh to this one.
You just save this and I can click out of it. Awesome. I will say, I've been doing animations now for the last 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know how this happened still. All I did was make a Popilo emote, and then I got involved into doing more animations.
I think I made...
It do be like
I
that.
think I made Zonic's hair too big.
No, we shrink it.
Like... It's just really, really poofy.
I mean, canon-wise, I would say yes, Toad. IRL, probably not. You probably squish me. I'm very short IRL.
I mean, in IRL, I'm not that very tall either. I'm just an inch above average for girls. Oh.
I'm like either 5'2" or 5'3". He's kind of flip-flopping between that.
Kind of pencil sketch amazing. I'm just using the basic pen. But I have customized them a bit so that I have one that's a consistent size all the way through, one that ends in a point in both ends, ones that start thick and ends pointy, and then one that starts pointy and ends thick. What?
No, it's just that you're just describing how the pins are, and Mike is just, the what?
The what?
The what?
What?
I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
Oh, is the YouTube music too loud?
Tab.
It's like... It's on the lowest possible setting. Hold
I
on.
think Mike had something on. I'm assuming at least.
That could be me.
Holy fuck, what the hell happened to stream?
It got a little chunky.
Oh yeah, he says on my YouTube.
Oh, and you're okay. But I just use the pen tool, and just quick one through. I've edited some of the pens. I've got one consistently thick, one that ends pointy. Make it thicker. Yeah.
Thicky.
One that ends pointy. One that starts fat ends pointy, and then one that starts pointy ends fat.
Links, we have to show Matthew the wonders of the Clip Studio asset stores and all the pins he can play with.
I'm still learning a lot of things, so there's a lot of exciting things I'm learning about.
Link's been showing me all these neat little brushes, and I'm just like, oh, whole new world. Links needs to teach me how to do vector layers, so I can never rely on anything else besides vector layers. You're really improving, says Toad. Thick. Thick boy.
Really improving, thank you. It's one thing I always aim to do is get better. Practice more, get better. Just always doing my best.
Okay, finally.
Sorry if the stream's being a little chunky, by the way. I see the graph, it's... I'll just say the graph looks like it's having a heart attack. It's like beep boop beep boop beep bop boop beep boop boop beep boop boop.
Oh, thank God they still work even if I remove this.
Working hard to make it better, do it better. Phew.
I love parameters, man. They are wonderful when I can't save my project again.
I'm really good. Oh, thank you.
Chunky things. I like chunky.
Thank you so much. The chunky things. I like things chunky.
So I just can't have parameters on my blush. Thanks, Light 2D. You're really great. I love you.
Bow 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 bow.
I just think that, in general, this model just needs to have Pro in order to actually rig it fully.
Needs cheddar.
It needs the cheddar. What made you want to start streaming, says Demon King.
So it actually goes way back. So I've actually been doing playthroughs since 2010. I started streaming in 2019. But what got me into it was, there was a YouTuber I used to watch way back in 2009. Or no, 2010. 2010. It was a YouTuber, their username was Playing With My Wii. I found him because...
I'm a child.
Oh yeah. Old. Yeah, I was 16 when I started, so... No, I was 15. I was in high school.
Lately.
Yeah. But I was looking for gameplay of Mario Galaxy 2 because it just came out and I wasn't able to get a copy of it. So I was like, I'll just watch some gameplay of it on YouTube.
Jesus, fuck.
But
Thank you, dog, for scaring me.
yeah, I watched Playing with My Wii. He got me interested in doing playthroughs, so I did that.
Go lay down. Don't you dare throw up on me.
So I was doing playthroughs. I wasn't doing live streams back in 2010. So like I would just like record like 10-minute videos of me, you know, playing games and then editing them, uploading them to YouTube. And then 2019, I used my tax return to get a pretty decent PC and start streaming with that. And yeah, I've always liked the idea of streaming while doing playthroughs because I was like, you know, it'd be fun to like interact with people on the spot, stuff like that. So yeah, I started back in 2019 and haven't looked back since.
Go lay down.
And I started being a VTuber last year, and that's been a lot of fun.
I have just been struggling with this.
Yeah, I've been on the internet for a good amount of time. But I've always just found it fun to do. I always like streaming, making videos, just making stuff in general. It's something I love to do.
It's much harder to create than to destroy.
Go lay down. Go lay down. You're fine. It's time to wind down and relax.
Been on the internet for only about 4 years. So you're fresh to the internet. You haven't seen the true horrors the internet hides.
I will destroy you, dog.
Don't delve too deep. You will find monsters.
You can go lay down. It's okay. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere unless I have to go use the restroom or something.
I want to get streaming, but all you have is an Xbox and you don't know where to start. I believe
He streams through his Xbox, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I know PlayStation has that option. I believe you can do it on Xbox as well. You've tamed the beast for the most part. That's always good to do.
As long as you have like a capture card, I think you can do a lot with just that.
Yeah. You don't need like a crazy good capture card either.
Leave it.
Believe me, when I jumped into streaming myself, it was just like, yeah, you need a good microphone, you need a good capture card, you need a good this, you need a good that, and I'm just like,
go lay down.
How much is this all gonna cost me?
Go lay down.
You want to know what I started with back in 2019?
Sure.
Leave it.
Sure.
So,
go lay down.
Yeah, I got a pretty decent PC with my tax return.
No, don't do that.
But
I'll put you to bed.
For everything else, I had no webcam, and my microphone was an Xbox One microphone that came with the Xbox.
Oh boy!
I used that as my microphone when I started. Yeah, some YouTubers stream off laptops.
Laptops, yep.
There's also one streamer I've met. They actually got their start streaming games from their phone. And now they own like a good PC setup and they play like a lot of Steam games and stuff like that. The biggest thing is there's like tons of ways to get into it. It's just a matter of doing research and just kind of accepting that you're not going to start with the highest quality equipment. You're not going to spend $5,000 to start streaming off the bat.
You're crazy if you think you are.
Yeah. Like, it's understandable, like, I need a bit more powerful of a PC to start streaming and stuff like that, but you don't need to get 3090, 32 gigabyte, Windows 11, highest CPU possible. You don't need all that.
I'm in this now. In this now.
Alrighty, got Zonic's sketch done. Let me save the sketch real quick.
Me investing up to $100s of dollars so I can pay a PC down and get a decent equipment. Hang on to that. Make sure you research what you got.
You have a studio mic but don't know how to set it up to Xbox? That is a good question. I don't use Xbox very often. I do have one and I do play on it, but I don't use it that often. So I don't know how mics work that well.
Best thing... Oh, man. Oh my goodness. I would have to say... What I would do if I were you, if you wanted to do that, I would still probably use a capture card in that kind of situation. Nothing beats a computer sound quality. I've tried it. I've tried every sorts of things available with microphones. I've tried like the microphones that come with the headphones and whatnot. They're okay, but sometimes you realize that the headphones and the mic need to come separately.
Unless you're just H2O delirious and you can just get away with using a shitty microphone.
True.
Have you seen that video where he's using a proper, like, mic? There's like a video of him just using a proper mic, and everybody in the Vanoss crew is just like, no, please go back to the shitty Xbox mic, please. This is way too different for me.
You have nothing though. Well, you do need a good computer. I would recommend that. But
I will say when I started playthroughs, you wanna know how I did playthroughs way back then? I had a crappy little netbook, and I angled the webcam at my TV and recorded it that way.
Fancy.
And then I downloaded World of Warcraft. And it killed my netbook. It couldn't handle World of Warcraft.
There's a samurai in here.
Hey, samurai.
It's like, yeah.
How you doing?
It's like, yeah, you committed Warcraft, all right. You committed Warcraft on your computer, God.
What's funny is it worked once, and then the moment I made a second account, it was like, no.
I've come to the conclusion that I cannot do what I need to do unless I pay for this, and I don't want to pay for it right now. That makes me very sad.
Asking streamers and VTubers about the best stuff for your budget. That's always good.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna put this out there, but I do have an extra mic I'm not using. So it's like...
Do a giveaway.
I may do a giveaway, yeah, so...
That'd be neat.
Yeah, it's a snowball mic. Snowball Yeti mic. So if you're interested...
Good. I use snowball.
Yeah. I have a Blue Yeti I've used since I started VTubing. And I don't have anywhere for my snowball. So I was thinking maybe I could sell that to the Guitar Center, but I think maybe I could give it to somebody who actually would be doing VTubing. So I might do a giveaway soon for the snowball I used to have. So if you're interested, let me know.
Give it away to me.
Yeah, it has been a while. How have you been doing? You're doing all right. That's good to hear. I like how I ask it again when you give me the answer. Do you have a 2004 Acer laptop? Put a terabyte of RAM. Terabyte of RAM? I'm sure there's ways to do it with, an old laptop like that. You just have to test the limits of that PC.
For an Acer laptop. You're pushing on 20 years there.
Yeah. Dang, it has been 20 years. Don't make me feel old. I'm not that old.
I'm just saying,
Okay, you take your medicine.
I'm just saying, it's so... It probably wouldn't perform very well based on what technology has to offer right now. So... I mean, you could probably do YouTube videos, but if you're planning on streaming, it's going to put a huge load on that computer.
What are your fave Sonic games?
My absolute favorite is Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. Mostly for nostalgia bias. It was my very first Sonic game. If we wanna exclude nostalgia bias, Sonic Unleashed is another favorite of mine.
I need to play that on the regular Xbox or PlayStation. I never really got the chance to, because I played it on the Wii and I never had fun with it. So, I need to give it its fair due, not the Wii version, so...
The concept of Sonic the Werehog is a neat concept, but I don't like playing it.
Understandable. I didn't like playing it on the Wii.
My brain is just like, what the hell's happening? Why is it so slow?
I think I like the combat a lot because it reminded me of like old Sega beat 'em ups, and I love beat 'em up games. I will say, if you are going to play the 360 version, play it as a collectathon, because you will hit a dead end and then they'll make you want to give up.
Yeah.
Because I even saw Z the Geen hit that problem the other day, where they weren't playing it as a collectathon and weren't getting the collectibles, and actually hit that wall and was like, okay, I guess I'm done.
It's at those times when you realize that Sonic has a little bit of elements of Zelda and Mario in it, and you're not even trying to play those games. God.
SA1 on Dreamcast was your very first Sonic game too. Awesome! It sadly wasn't the first one I owned, but I went to a Dreamcast launch party and played it there, and I fell in love immediately, and right after that my parents got me a Genesis with Sonic 1 and Sonic 2.
That is so sweet.
And a very specific pinball game.
That game is a menace to society and should be destroyed. And I finished that game, by the way. It was horrible. Horrible.
It's funny because I was watching Trixie play, and we were just trashing the game the whole time she was doing the final level.
It was like the last level, you actually fight Robotnik in the pinball thing, and some of his attacks are just like, excuse me? A windsock to grab Sonic and throw him out of the spaceship? I'm sorry, but I don't like that. That was one of the things that kept giving me the most trouble. God.
Oh yeah, this is happening.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Oh, yeah. Aggressive screaming.
Do do do.
Russian.
Right, it's a vector, so it's being funky.
Funky. Chonky, funky.
I had to erase it like 10 times before the line actually disappeared. Blink. Whew. I managed to find my favorite flavor of ice cream today in a grocery store, and I'm happy about that.
Oh. Cotton candy?
Bubble gum.
Bubble gum. Yeah. I know it was a candy. Yeah, my favorite, I can't really get anymore where it's at. But I might be able to get the one. No, I can't get. It's probably out of season. What am I talking? I usually like blueberry cobbler.
Ooh.
From a certain place that doesn't really include a lot of cream in their ice cream. But if I was still living in California, I think I would go for birthday cake. Yeah, that was it. It was birthday cake. That was usually my favorite.
Is that Sonic Hacky I'm drawing? No, this is a friend of mine, Sonic. He's a VTuber too. He VTubes on YouTube.
Yeah.
He might make the switch to Twitch. I don't know.
He might.
That's a big might, Captain.
He does have a Twitch that he streams on every so often.
He loves his YouTube. And, but with what's been going on recently, he might decide to switch. You never know.
Yeah. I mean,
Because,
He's been slowly tempted.
Yeah, he just likes the overall community here in Twitch, and that's what tempts him. Is just like, he likes the nice people here, but not really the community that he receives at YouTube all so much. But, you know, he still loves both communities. That's what keeps him at YouTube, so...
Yeah, Twitch is for
he's
content
great.
creators. Yeah, I definitely recommend checking them out. We collab all the time. We actually collabed yesterday, me and Trixie did. We all played Borderlands
if you'd
yesterday.
like, I can put in a link to show where you can find him if you'd like.
Yeah,
That,
go right
that's
ahead.
okay. Yeah, okay.
To be honest, Toad, I kind of want to disagree, but like, it's a lot better than what YouTube does to their creators, but not by much.
It is better, but what qualifies as bad?
Alright. Yeah.
No, I like...
Check out some.
Yeah. But I love having
There you go.
the options that Twitch gives me.
Yeah,
'Cause if-
it's like that weird thing. It's just like they give more options, but like it's a lot harder to grow on Twitch than YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
Yeah.
That's
going
'cause-
hand in hand.
That's because there is a smaller install base. YouTube gets trillions of views every single day. Twitch is way smaller than that.
Yeah.
Like, they're definitely big enough to be like business level, but they're not like YouTube levels big.
Actually, if I remember right, I think a rapper's currently suing Twitch for banning him.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
And also, YouTube is now second on the later poll of watching videos. TikTok now has that throne now.
Oh
And
yeah.
if you want to grow on a platform, just go to TikTok, man. You go fucking crazy on there.
Right?
Oh yeah.
I know that for a fact.
Yeah, Zenny has a TikTok, and I've seen some of her stuff there, and some of her stuff has really blown up.
I've got a
Video
TikTok
went
as well.
Bam, and I was scared.
I did that for my
I will
first video
flippin'-
too. I made the the meme about the car thing where the person is stuck in the car and it says on the window they have water and food and they have the AC on, they're just jamming out to their song.
I love that video.
Yeah, I did that meme with a transformation I had with my human form and my now Mobian model, where she's stuck in the car and all of a sudden you see the car inside just kind of explode, like a huge flashbang smoke happens, then my Mobian pops out with sunglasses. And still continuing to dance to Sonic Boom the whole time.
I need to make a pom pom like model and just do that version, but with pom pom. It's like he has his favorite snacks. He's just chilling.
Yes. To follow all our TikToks, yeah, if you can find them.
I need to clean out my
Mine's just the same username. While I do post on TikTok, a lot of it is just clips from my stream.
It's good clips.
It is.
Very good clips.
You need to post the "Help Me, I'm Drowning" clip onto Twitch
Help me,
or
Jeremy.
onto TikTok. Help me, Jeremy.
That's a fun clip. I like that one.
Yeah, if you're tempted, find yourself some time to actually do it. It's actually really fun to make little shorts here and there. I do that from time to time, but I haven't made one in, I think, since November. But I don't post often on TikTok. I really should.
You made it big on TikTok, but you more or less quit. You got tired of it. Understandable.
Yeah, in anything you want to continue to enjoy whatever craft you make, whether it's making streams, movies, art. You don't want to burn yourself out by making so many that you're just like, when's it stop? Once you actually get to that point, I highly recommend actually asking yourself what you're doing this for again. Because I think me and Matthew are you comfortable talking about this, Matthew, what we said today?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matthew and me were actually talking about our communities, seeing more people coming in, and we were so happy. And Matthew actually said, I wonder why I don't feel more emotion this. Like, more like, is there much more I should feel besides, elation that people are coming to watch me? And I kind of thought about it, and I said, well, you're doing this because you enjoy it. And other people are striving to make like a job out of this or a business out of this. People all have different reasons. But you're doing this for the fun of it.
Ooh.
And I feel that's probably one of the biggest reasons why we continue to do what we do, because we just have fun. And that was my biggest thing I told him. But you can go ahead and say what you were saying too, Matthew.
The program just freaked out on me.
Oh.
So it's just like, oh, though.
I just popped my lower back. Ah!
But most of the time, if you just want to, make content and you're not worried about, a lot of things, you actually find yourself actually meeting more amazing people. And I feel your community in itself, you got to get to know your community little bits by more by seeing who comes to see you. So we may be small, but we're happy streamers, And every one of you is amazing in your own right, and we're happy to get to know you too. So,
except for that one guy named Jerry, he's lame.
Yeah, Jerry,
Dang
we're
it,
watching
Jerry.
you. and I know your friend Ben too. Okay.
Gotta pop off already. You have a good night, Lynx. Thank you for coming to hang out.
Nighty night.
Night night, Lynxie.
I love how it's just like, oh, I gotta go, and we're all saying goodnight to her, and I immediately see she's on B2 Studio.
Well, good night usually means I'm gonna go do this for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to bed.
That's the thing I saw was like, if I say goodnight to you and you still see me online, it's not that I lied, it's that I failed. Whew.
Go
No problem.
out of the way! Go lay down! Sorry, I had to grab my charger
It's okay.
so I can hook up my phone so I can use my webcam.
Nice.
Yeah. The whole thing. In fact, I used to do comics as something I used to do as an outlet before I started VTubing, and I did it all for the wrong reasons. And I say that in the most humblest way as I can, because all I cared about was, becoming famous, becoming rich, and everything. And after I failed at it and just kind of looked at how far I went, I was just like, what am I doing this for?
Shit.
And after I lost my friends and lost everything like that helped me make it, it was just like, there was really nothing left of me besides an empty shell to continue on making comics. I love to draw, but there was no spark there anymore because I was doing it for the wrong reason. And I told myself if I found something else that I enjoy, I want to do it for fun. I don't want to use it as a chance to go to like conventions or get money or anything like that. I want to do it because I enjoy it and I want to be happy and I want to meet people. And that actually worked out at the right time too.
I don't want you to do
Hey there, Fruity Drago Fen.
Hello, Fruity Drago.
Finn.
How are you doing?
Fen. It's easy.
Now the egregious task of just fighting with my phone stand so I can actually properly do stuff.
Perfect.
How do I? Oh, this is so weird.
You don't want to ever lose your spark, but your motives are crazy ambitious. I would.
That I want you to do. Sorry.
What would you say, Matthew, for someone who has high ambitions? For me personally, I would just say, let me bring you back down to the earth for a little bit. It's great to have, ideas, but I would say focus on why you're doing it in the first place and what can you do now. Again, this is for everyone, Toad. I understand. I know you.
I'm. Hello?
Wait a minute.
How do I do the thing that is fixing my angle issue?
For those of you who don't know, Zenny is actually creating art as well. So she's actually
doing a secret thing.
Yeah.
Secret thing.
Well, technically, it's not really a secret if you follow Deku.
Mm-hmm.
Secret.
I'm trying to finish it.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
I'm just confused as to why in this model likes to be at an angle that I cannot fix. I'm trying to figure that out in V2 Studio because I'm pretty sure you can figure that out.
I have to say that Matthew is a very great teacher at teaching this type of thing that Zenny's doing right now.
Yeah.
I don't think I know anybody else who is very dedicated and very patient than Matthew with what he's done. He's taught 2 other people besides Zenny about this thing, and I would say he's going to change a lot of people's lives because of that. So
I feel really stupid right now, though. I failed you.
Hey, sometimes one has to be stupid in order to be smart.
I
So
need to start drawing my Sonic character with necks because there's just floaty heads. That's not good.
You do well, Fruity.
Still
That's
learning.
good to hear. Yeah, I'm glad to see you pop back in again.
The X and Y.
I just thought that.
I think I might need to go back to the expressions and figure something out. I hate this.
You got this.
Sensei approval. Yahoo, Sensei.
So Matthew, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you feel your streaming really took off when you started as a VTuber?
Yes, but not for being a VTuber. If that makes sense.
I'm trying to make sense of it.
So, like, becoming a VTuber, it honestly helped me kind of relax and be more creative during my streams.
Yeah.
Because, like...
excuse me.
Because I used a face cam before, and with the face cam I kind of, like, just did things traditionally how other people with face cams did things. And to be honest, it kind of... I kind of fell into a state where I was kind of nervous to be myself in a way.
Yeah.
But, like, as a VTuber, you know, I kind of get to express myself better. I get to be more creative with what I do, and heck, I made 4 flippin' VTuber models now.
And taught like several other people.
Yeah.
So you've made probably close to around help people. So you've had your hand probably in probably dozens of VTuber models. You never know.
Mm-hmm. But, like, I don't know, I've even said it before, like, this past year I've just felt like I've been able to be more creative, more expressive with what I do.
Yeah.
And it just makes me happy. Makes me happy to do it.
I always try to make sense of things because I always plan ahead and sometimes move too quick. And although I know exactly what I want to do, I'm always scared I'll mess up something or let my ego get the best of me.
You're looking at the side. What is happening with this model? Oh.
So, best way to go about that is don't worry about your plan going off the beaten path. Because I'll tell you now, what I planned for my life 10 years ago, not just with my life in general, but also with streaming, it didn't go in the direction I wanted it to, but to be honest, where I ended up, I'm very happy with it. So, like, it may, like, be scary if it does, like, drift off in a different way, but do know wherever you end up, you'll probably be happier. And it makes it an adventure. It makes it exciting.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I think about where I've come from in life and where I wanted to go at first. I mean, my plan, if you asked me about 10 years ago, was to be a teacher. And after striving to get it, something in my head was telling me this is a good path, but don't force your future. And I wasn't accounting for a lot of things to happen. And one of those things were my own daddy passing away. And it kind of made things more on point that I was spending so much time and sacrificing so many relationships to actually do something I wanted to do, that it ultimately made me very dead inside. And that's something I don't want anybody to experience. You should still be yourself and what you want to do without having to make such great sacrifices. So, in the end, I kind of ended up where I did right now based on people I know, people I meet, the relationships I've had, given time to, and I kind of did the complete opposite what I was doing 10 years ago. And I never ever thought I would actually be here where I'm at right now, especially what's going to happen in the next month or two. I was just like, this is where I'm at. And that I'm just lost for words because I decided to trust people instead of push them away.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we all have that time where we feel like we have to change and that it'll probably be a low point. But that low point actually builds you up with character and makes you focus on what you really want, what you really need. So don't feel like it's unwarranted. Everybody grows in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's where you're at right now.
I'm a
Honestly.
scream.
you want to scream?
I keep like I think I butchered this model so badly that I'm gonna have to completely re-rig it from the ground up.
Oh God.
If that does happen, I can help you.
Because I'm just like, why is he tilting to the side? Why is he looking this way? Why are all these like not doing what I wanted to do?
Mm-hmm.
How long
Like-
have you been doing this?
I want to say either 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay, Zenny, are you at the point where you're trying to pull out your hair?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Because Matthew has told you he's willing to help you.
Yeah.
And if it were up to me, I would accept his help.
Yeah.
So if you want to take some time, just relax. You know, you'll get to this point. Matthew is willing to help you throughout this part, okay? So I trust Matthew with a lot of things, and he's good at what he does.
Father, I spare me a crumpet.
Yes.
I feel like I did everything exactly how Matthew was helping me with the first model, but somewhere I jammed a wrench into it, and now I can't find the wrench.
Let me take a look at what you're talking about real quick.
Yeah, well,
I have it
I'm
off
pretty
screen,
sure
but I
it
am
can-
watching it.
Yeah. Like, if I pull out the, I see it.
Code. I see that comment right
When
there.
I open it,
Yeah.
he's like, tilt to the side. This angle has always been on this side, but it's not in the middle like I want it to be.
Oh, I know why. So close it out.
Yeah. And also another thing is just that for some reason he's looking slightly right. It's kind of hard to tell, but he is slightly looking right, and I don't know why.
So go to the Z angle. Yeah, I see what you're talking about at the left. On the parameter, right click it.
The body tilt right here.
No, the actual parameter, the angle Z parameter.
Oh.
It should do it over the word. Because it should, yeah, edit parameter. There's your problem. Change the default to 0.5. There you go. That should fix the angle problem.
Is that really how it fixes it? Hold up, I need to see this. Oh my... I'm a moron!
You did
It
it!
just takes a few seconds, and what do you know?
I didn't realize that. I forgot all about the 0.5 part. Why did he doing that? Like, oh yeah, 0.5. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I spook you? I'm sorry.
Hey, Chris.
Dog got spooked.
Oh, got spooked.
Let's see.
That solves that problem.
As for the looking straight forward, I think you may have edited the model when it wasn't on a parameter, and that's the default pose, so you have to reset the pose manually. That's what it looks like to me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I spooked you. I'm so sorry.
You're spooked doggo.
Doggo, I'm so sorry. Well, lay down. It's okay now. Mom's just being dumb and not realizing she made a tiny error. Oh, honey. It's okay. Mom's okay.
Aww. That's what I like about dogs. They unconditionally love you.
You love too much, though. I love you, but you love too much.
They just want to make sure you're okay. You're a part of their clan, after all.
Go lay down. Go lay down. It's okay.
Ooh. How you doing, Chris?
How do I... Is there a way to reset the default, thing without ruining all the thing that I did?
Say what?
With all the parameters and stuff, I want to refix the texture so he's not looking wonky.
So, to fix it, you'll want angle X and angle Y to be right in the middle on the default. Say it's right in the middle right now. And then you'll just have to edit his face back to looking forward.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Toad, if you're tired, you should actually relax, okay?
Yeah. Never stress yourself out.
I need his nose. Wait, that sounds bad. When you guys are talking about Toad, because all of a sudden I just I need his nose before he goes.
He's got no nose.
I was about to say.
Honey, go lay down. I know, it's okay.
Ah, you're on the bus, so you're
You're
almost
on
there.
the bus, okay. Chris, you're bored? You don't want to know what I have to say about that.
Bah, humbug.
If you're bored, you must be a boring person.
Aw.
That's what I say.
So I used to tell my sister all the time. She was just like,
Yeah.
I'm bored. And I'm just like, well, I'm hello, bored. You must be a boring person. She's just like, I am not a boring person. Shut up.
Yeah.
That's how I got my entertainment. Was just letting her actually tell me she was bored and just like, yay. I get to have fun. Rude but true.
Internet seemed to have died for a moment. Oh. That's never fun. At least it didn't die when you're right at the end of playing Borderlands with your friends in one of the DLCs and having a good time just for it to stop randomly. Not speaking from experience or anything, by the way.
Totally. Intense sobbing.
What's it called?
You need to lay down. It's time to wind down and relax. No, you can't keep the night. You can't. I just had a stroke. Caused a stroke, my little puppy. You get pets now.
At least this Friday will be fun, though. It depends if you guys are joining Sonic Stream that day. I would prefer if we weren't doing anything that day, that Sonic gets his rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, lay down, Ryan.
Mama.
Help me, Jimmy, I'm dying.
I'm dying. I need a drink, apparently.
Go lay down. Go lay down, Ryan. Go lay down. You can't keep giving me love. You
Just
gotta lay
anxious
down.
things in
Time
real
to
life.
wind down.
Yeah, I can understand that.
One thing I always kind of tell people is you've got a problem. Are you doing something about it? Yeah. Can you do something about it?
Yeah.
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 And other way around, if you can't do anything about it, that's not something to worry about.
Yeah, and if you say, oh, I don't know, you do know. You can ask questions, and then you can find out if you know.
I know it doesn't get rid of the anxiety, but
Ryan, go lay down. I'm gonna put you to bed.
but stressing out about a problem 24/7,
Lay
it's
down.
not gonna happen
No.
anyway.
Go lay down. you. Sorry about that.
You're good.
You're fine, Zenny.
Take this as someone who used to stress about every little thing, like 3 years ago.
I mean, to be fair, Chris, if he has it set up, he can always cancel it whenever. He doesn't have to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he doesn't really need to say anything either because, you know, he just has a lot probably going on.
Yeah.
So, but he does it as a courtesy.
I mean, look at me. I've been an hour late to my stream, every single one of my streams in this past week.
Have you?
I have.
Oops.
I set them for a time, and then I was always an hour late. And then, funny enough, last week I even scheduled all my streams an hour later so I could be on time, and I still ended up an hour late.
Oh my god.
Oh, the
yeah.
dreaded curse.
Because I'm like, I'll try and stream at 7. Oh, I took a nap till 7:30. Okay, I'm streaming till 8. Okay, I guess I'm scheduling my streams at 8. I start waking up at 8:30. I'm like, God dang it! I just need to stop napping altogether, I think.
But naps help you.
I just need to get better in night sleep.
It's also true.
To me, but going to... Sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, it's just like, I have a really bad habit of just staying up all the time.
That means sane.
To me, sleep in general is kind of like putting money in the bank. Whatever you put in is what you get out. So if you decide to put in a little bit early, you will get it sooner. If you put in a little bit late, you're going to pay for that.
I feel so bad for scaring my dog earlier because of my small little mishap.
Yo ho. Yo
Yo
ho,
ho.
yo ho, a pirate's life for me. How you doing?
Yo ho, in a bottle. No.
How work go? Understandable.
I got through it. That's about all I'm gonna say.
Paying for it, taking this for
Sonic
example.
and his Jiggy.
What?
I was reading chat.
Ah.
Colors!
And Panther Wife
Lay
comes
down.
in to say hi. Aw.
Lay down. Thank you.
So the people out there, if you guys think of us, you know, just on a daily basis, do you think of us as our avatar selves or do you think of us in our human selves?
I think of myself as a sandwich.
A sandwich.
Yeah, on white bread with
I love it.
ham, turkey, some Swiss, maybe a tiny bit of mustard.
Yo,
By
that
the way,
actually sounds really
Fixing
good
my
right
vote
now.
for you is short hair. I thought I'd say it now since I don't have a Twitter. Well, let me see. You have at least another, like, tonight and the rest of tomorrow, a little bit tomorrow to vote. Let's see what's that right now. Even if you put in that vote, Chris, it's still at 30% short hair, 69% long hair right now. Long hair is still winning.
You said the funny thing.
Funny number, go bonk.
Nice. I think VTubers are usually an extension of people's selves.
I see that.
And I'm actually in the Kedna. What you talking about, Willis?
Apparently they don't want you to change your look then, lol. Well, I do have, I did work on some things earlier this week.
Why does I just imagine just my character going, joke's on you, and just pops off her, like, hair tuss like suction cups?
You've been watching such a Suction Cup Man a little too much.
Maybe.
Like, screw you, I make the rules.
I'll make the rules.
My favorite parts are the naughty words.
So, when making the Z parameter, put
Is
it
any
at
dressed as
5.
section cut? Man, didn't think I need that image.
It's not the one with the plungers, it's the ones with the naughty bits.
Yeah.
Wait, that actually sounds really bad now that I think about it.
And from now on, my name is this.
Oh gosh. I completely forgot.
Take all videos after Twitch. Not saying they're open family.
Just leave Y2V open.
I do have that video saved. It's just a matter of editing it and putting it on YouTube.
Well, Todd, if you don't... Sorry.
You good.
I won't say anything.
I've been kind of neglecting my YouTube a bit. I need to fix that. I have the videos saved. It's just a matter of editing them, uploading them, and scheduling them.
Yes, the daily life of a YouTuber.
Funny thing is, I'm not even really a YouTuber anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say to Toad, if he doesn't mind the idea of Toad, he should really think of something right now before he actually starts, because he's about to start with something, and it's a little bit difficult when you have a name like Toad to actually change it. So I would start early.
Timothy, you'll be fine. Agent Timothy.
Yeah, take Timothy.
Timothy.
Hi, Neon Flare.
I will say it's
Oh,
definitely...
Mike, you mean the dildos?
Yeah.
That bad.
I lost my train of thought.
The dildos got to him.
Doodles, Neon Flare, hey! How are you doing? How have you been?
They entered his mind. Don't fade that image, please.
I do what I want.
I do what I want.
Yeah,
Can't tell me what to do.
it's... So my YouTube's probably gonna stay Sonic FFVI until I get to, my more modern streams. But it's a matter of me, editing, catching up, and all that. Am I gonna draw anything for Valentine's Day? Maybe.
Maybe. Possibly. Eventually.
I honestly forgot Valentine's Day was a thing.
Yeah, it's a week away.
And it's 7 days away.
Oh, fuck. I don't even know if I'm gonna do anything that day.
I mean, it's just a day. In all sense and purposes. I
But
mean...
on that day, I could potentially get free Mexican food.
You know,
Girl.
you might be onto something.
Just like, hey, we've had a hard time these last few weeks. Let's just go out and eat Mexican. That sounds wonderful, don't you think? You just tell your significant other or your partner that you just want to relax. You want to have a good time. Just one-on-one time.
I don't imagine, like, one-on-one just, like, having the frisky night, and then all of a sudden you just shove a chalupa in your partner's mouth.
There you go.
It's like, you're gonna be, like, doing something saucy, and it's like, no, you're just actually, like, sauce. I'm making chalupas in the bed.
There it is.
I'm very hungry right now.
What's one of your favorite dishes in the Mexican variety? Zenny?
Enchiladas.
Enchiladas.
I am a dirty whore for enchiladas. Yes.
I'm very partial to like the chili rellenos and the tacos.
But I'm very picky about my enchiladas because the only ones I will eat is the green chili chicken enchiladas.
Oh, those are so good. God.
Oh yeah.
I
I
think
love those specifically.
I think the green chilies usually taste a little bit better than the red chilies because it just has a little bit more spice and flavor to it.
Don't talk about food you're
Yeah.
hungry right now.
And I do like my enchiladas too. Those come in right behind tacos. So
I prefer burrito over a taco.
yeah, I can understand that. I just like the crunch.
Crunchy.
Crunch. I think this is the first time you had a guest for your art stream, at least for me. That is for Chris.
Yeah, I think you may have missed
Joke's on you.
the incredible pizza arc we had during an art stream a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, that was a fun one.
Because
I mean,
I did a stream back in December with Trixie, Zenny, and Lynx, and we were all just chatting.
yes. They need to be round.
They need to be round.
The pizza needs to be round. It can't be square.
You know what the sad thing is? I forgot all about that type of pizza. I think it was Totino's pizza.
Yeah.
I started buying Totino's pizza, and I actually have about 4 of them in my freezer right now. They're pretty dang good. I will agree.
Think your wife is getting hungry, Matthew? What?
We can go to the fridge. That's what it's there for.
Food is understandable.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah, if anybody told me, okay, what would you like in your fridge? I'd be like, you don't want to ask me that question because I take up a little portion in my fridge right now. But if I had the choice, if someone gave me like a whole fridge and they said you could put anything in it, it'd probably be filled up with a lot of veggies that I can make from scratch, a lot of pizzas in the freezer, a lot of vegetarian staples that I would actually put in. Think some lox, which is like smoked salmon, and cream cheese, and bagels.
You wanna know what one of my favorite things to have in my freezer?
What's that?
I like getting frozen beef and bean burritos.
Oh, those are good.
And when I make them, I smother them in Tostino cheese.
Ooh.
I'm hungry.
I'm getting there too. Don't you worry. I'm making burgers tonight, so.
When I make mac and cheese, I usually
Does nobody
grab
stop
some
you?
actual real cheese and then put that in there too. Just like it needs more than powdered cheese. It needs the actual cheese itself to melt inside.
And nobody can stop you.
And nobody can stop me.
You know, Shime's like sad dog emoji?
Yes.
That's how I feel currently.
No.
Aw.
I'm making shells and cheese for tonight.
Aw. I love shells and cheese. Is it the Velveeta kind?
More than likely.
I like the Velveeta.
Velveeta, yes, the best kind.
Usually what I like to do if I'm like in a very festive mood and I have the ingredients for it, I'll make like a taco salad. So like I'll get some chips, ground up some ground beef with some refried beans, mix them together, and then I put some salad on top with onions and hot sauce and cheese and I think a few other things. And then I put that in the microwave for a little bit for the cheese to melt. And then I have like a taco salad.
Oh, mama.
Now I want to make a taco pie again. I'm sorry, Yuna. I'm sorry.
It's been a while since you made one of those.
I like taco pies, okay. Those are like a staple where I used to live at home in California. And California has a lot of good Mexican food. God, it's just like you have choices beyond choices. And just like, where do I go? Do I go like to Red Chili's? Do I go to Alberto's? Do I go to Jose's? So it's like you have choices. You can go
He's
anywhere.
so sad.
What's so sad?
The emotion of sadness that I'm giving Deku.
No,
Aw.
I want to see. Give me a second.
He's just looking down. He looks so sad.
Aw, what's wrong with the poor boy?
No taco pie.
Oh, did
No
you
taco pie? But
actually finalize it?
I'm doing the expressions right now, which I completely forgot how to properly save them.
Right.
But I'm also I'm doing them right now. I'm not saving them currently.
Okay.
Soon.
Understandable.
you know what I miss that I can never do again?
Why?
Have taco night with my family.
Oh.
How you?
Yeah, that's just one thing where you just make tacos from scratch and then enjoy it together as a family.
Tacos with you.
I finished Sonic.
This is Sonic.
You feel that.
Ooh.
Yeah, my family is in Texas right now, and I don't live there anymore.
Oh
I miss the spaghetti.
my god.
I have a song in my head now.
Big hugs for both of y'all.
Are you okay?
Yeah, Linksy's playing Banjo Kazooie right now.
Banjo
Bubble bear.
Kazooie, Banjo
Banjo Kazooie.
Kazooie.
Oh god, I'm dying.
Are you okay?
Don't
I'm
die.
dying.
Help me, Jamie.
Yeah.
I am probably gonna have to rework this in the future, but for right now, it is fine as it is. I'm done fucking tinkering with it. I'll lose my mind if I keep messing with it.
It's just gonna keep asking you to come back and fix it.
And then I'll gladly tell him, I'll sit him down, I'll tell him, fix it yourself.
You're my creation, you can fix yourself.
It's like when you're making like backstories for your OCs, and then all of a sudden you're just like, I'm gonna give you a huge amount of trauma dump onto you in your stories. Like, why? Fix it yourself.
Oh, God. Whenever I make a character to a story, I will not name anything here, just to let people know. I usually like to put the character in a better situation than I am, because I just really want them to experience a better life. So it's kind of cheesy, I know, but I just want the best for my characters, that when they go through like a lot of drama or anything like that, I want something better for them in the end.
Oh.
So I know that probably makes me a goody two shoes, but still.
That's why we love you.
It all works out. Alrighty. Jeez. Okay.
You love it? Thank you.
For the fear expression, should I have the sad eyes on or off?
Let me see. For the what?
For the fear expression, like they're scared?
Let me see with it off.
Yeah.
Is it off or on?
Yeah, it's off.
The fear expression?
Oh, it's on right now. Like I'm rigging it. It's kind of like how it looks, and then just sad eyes.
Do it again.
Do it again.
And again.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
It does look good on. It does look good on.
Okay, making sure.
I'm surprised I was able to pull that off.
And again. No.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. There we go. That's what I was expecting to happen.
Well, look who it is. Coming in at 2 and 4 inches, it's Toad.
Oh, I thought someone was like in the chat, like Zonic or something.
I was
so
watching
confused,
Matthew's stream. I'm
I was
sorry.
so confused. I'm like, what's happening? I
The
can make a
trick,
smug
how does
expression.
it feel to no longer be the shortest of the group? What do you mean? I am the shortest of the group. Are you talking about Mom? I'm 5'9", right?
I think you meant Toad.
Oh yeah, I meant Toad.
Between
Okay.
Sonic, Trixie, and Toad, Toad is the shortest.
Yeah, I'm 2'9". So, and Toad is about 2'4".
I was buying groceries. Hey, me. Hit you.
Yeah, I think Toad is either 2'4" or 2'6". I can't remember which one.
I'm kind of curious. I feel like this is kind of mean, but this is just me being genuinely curious. If you go up to a Toad and like kind of like lightly like tap both the sides of the big mushroom part of their heads, will it wobble? Just wobble back and forth.
I want to say yes. Of course, we have seen a Toad without the hat, but that's only in the Super Mario Brothers cartoon show.
Because yeah, isn't that a hat? But like, it's actually like a physical thing attached to Toads.
I'm guessing. Let me look it up real quick. Let's see.
No, you're good,
I'm
Toad.
just gonna see if the Toads wear. Let's see. Toad isn't wearing a hat. Nintendo confirms this with Destructoid. Let's see.
So the cartoon.
But in the TV show.
Let's see. So as it turns out, it's actually Toad's head. This is from the Super Mario Odyssey producer Yoshiaki Kozumi.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm gonna have to leave it all to you to figure out exactly how it works.
I want to assume that the brain is inside the mushroom part.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. Where it's just like, it's a really bad example of like a titty where it's just nothing but meat.
I spat all over my screen.
I regret nothing.
Agent Toad is 2'7". See, he's not that smaller than me. He's only like 2 inches smaller than me. That's like...
Hey, Superior, you came at a wonderful time.
Hey, Superior.
I'm gonna clip that later.
Alright, bye, Mike.
Bye.
Alrighty. You have a good night, Mike.
I can make it a hat if you want. Nintendo at your door.
This is
Excuse
true.
you.
This is true. You can say that. You can take it off if you want. So, good choice. Good choice.
I'm still amazed about that whole Gilver Gunner situation that happened a while back.
What?
Gilver Gunner like got like thousands of videos taken down by quote unquote Nintendo. But there has actually been some like really strong evidence suggesting that it actually was someone impersonating Nintendo. And I feel so bad for Gunnar because he just flat out just deleted his entire account.
Good grief.
It's
I
not
hate it when
fake
people.
anymore.
I hope
Did they
people.
confirm it?
Was it really Nintendo?
Because I saw a whole thread about it.
Team YouTube confirmed. Okay, so it was Nintendo.
I need to see this because
I think Review Tech USA actually did talk about that. I was like, what's going on? And it was Nintendo. Nintendo said, no, do not do that. And so I think he actually did the right thing.
To be fair, he had that stuff up for years, and now Nintendo is taking them down. It's just like, then offer an actual platform or something where we can listen to your music.
Yeah.
There's like no official way to listen to Nintendo music.
No, there isn't. But they want to hang on to it for some reason. But you know what I heard? What's it called? The whole Japanese laws and whatnot are actually going to be changing slowly, ever so slowly. So fair use is actually something really big right now that's coming into view, probably in the next year or so. So be on the lookout for that.
That name is very familiar too. I feel like I've seen some of his stuff before. Well, no, his stuff. I think his stuff would fall under fair use, wouldn't it?
Maybe. He does a lot of his videos using Mario 64 models.
Yeah, parody. Yeah, I would assume that his stuff would still be there because it's a parody.
That doesn't stop any review channel ever from getting demonetized.
Right.
Review channels. Well, I was gonna say review channels are garbage, but no, that I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of reaction channels.
Hi everyone, we're all gonna react to this together.
Yeah, reaction channels are another thing.
Let's watch the new Sonic game trailer together.
There's a good way to react to something, but if you're gonna pull like example of like the Susie Lou who just sat there watching, not giving any reaction or input,
right?
And then yeah, you don't deserve the platform.
No.
Because if you're actually like, I want to say like A-Drive, because I've seen like A-Drive and like other people where they're reacting to like Jaden's like Nuzlocke videos, but they're like pausing and giving their input and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Or like 8-Bit Ryan. 8-Bit Ryan's another good one. He actually like talks and like wants to give commentary over the whole thing. I wonder what Susie was doing now. I heard she was trying to make a website, and that's when you know when a YouTuber career is dead, was when they're trying to make a website.
Yep. So
I
you're
also
trying to make a website? Why? You have YouTube.
I want to say that, what was it, Funimation? Because she was watching a lot of unedited Naruto reactions. And I think the company that owns Naruto is Funimation, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, in America, yeah.
I think they were looking into suing her, but I'm not too sure. I haven't been following Suzy Lou in like God knows how long, since she's been last in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the whole EDP situation, which he turns out to be an actual like predator of kids, so
Oof.
he tried to make a website, and that didn't go well. So he's been kind of like working odd jobs here and there. And people are dead set on making sure he doesn't work anywhere.
How is he supposed to survive then?
I don't know. But like people are actively like going to like places he like I think works or stays at and be like, hey, this guy's a predator, keep him away and whatnot, and they would tell him to leave and whatnot. Like actively ruining this guy's like whole like life. which is kind of scummy. But then again, he's wants to diddle kids, so I understand it to an extent.
Mm.
It's a weird mixed bag, to be honest.
Yeah, those types of things I don't really like to really get involved in. Just like let that sort of stuff out, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it sucks too because the people who actually exposed him basically made it to where they can't really go after him legally. It's some weird thing about the law. I don't know exactly what it was, but EDP was able to just get out of that scot-free. And it also didn't help that the people that were exposing him were also very terrible people.
Oh, God.
Neat.
Oh, God. It's like, let me expose them. They're more worse than me. Oh, yeah, I'm not that good, but they're worse. They're worse. They're worse. It's just like, God.
Worse.
It's kind of like when somebody says to you, yeah, but what about this person? You know, they did this, this, this. And I'm just like, we're not talking about that. We're talking
Ugh.
about this. Don't change the subject.
Yeah. But there was also that whole creep show art debacle that happened a while back.
Creep show?
And she's an art, or was an art commentator YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
And she was exposed by people who work at Locale, which is like a gossip forum or something like that. And it's been proven that she was using like slurs and derogatory terms and talking shit about her friends that she works with. There's a lot of horrible stuff, and this other person called Emily Arfel came out saying that, yeah, Shannon has been like stalking me for like my whole life. And actually this New Year's, Creepshow finally decided to make a response video, and she literally proves that she was stalking Emily in her own response video about Emily.
Good gravy.
And she doesn't address anything else. And then there was actually a leaked version of of the first draft of her script that she used for the video. And it was she's basically psychotic, given what was said in the first draft that never made it into the actual final video. She just spat venom everywhere and just dipped. That was fun. That was a fun drama. But I don't think people are gonna see her for a while. Or ever.
Well, whatever happens is whatever happens. It's kind of not our responsibility right now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, sorry for like going off about all these like different like content creators.
It's all right. I mean, well, what about you, Matthew? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Bring down the moon. Ah.
Nah, we'll bring it back up if I have to. Or Matthew has to.
I
Something-
can't speak.
Something I did recently. I recently played a little bit of Sonic Battle 2. I haven't played it in a while. And I had no idea that I can do the second... I can actually keep going on the rocket part. That kind of blew me away when I saw like Matthew do it or Sonic do it. I was like, wait, there's another part I can climb to?
Yeah.
I tried a little bit. I'm just like, I never knew there was an extra part I could climb up. And I actually did it. I was just like, I had no idea. I had so much fun trying to get there because whenever I saw them do the extra part, there was never the part where you hear that awesome song where Sonic is like grinding inside the little thing. I was just like, I want to do that. I want to do that. But of course, it's really cool when you can see other people's model in SA2. And I want to get that eventually someday. That's one of the things on my list is just like, please, let's get Trixie in the game. I would love to see her. And right now, I have a sprite actually being made that's animated by Hortness. So I'm really excited to see it. I saw a little bit of what he's actually done. I'm just like, oh my god, I can't wait to show everybody.
Oh god, we need to get like SRB 2-cart like mods of our characters.
That would be fun. And we should make like our own server so everybody can enjoy it, even if we're not playing it at the moment, you know?
Yeah. Toad is doing a ponder. He's looking for a man with a mustache and a big nose.
Mario?
Who
Or
knows?
Luigi?
Right.
No, it's...
That stream's a little framey.
It's Fario.
Fario, let's go with that.
Don't
That
steal.
Look at the man of Fabio.
Fabio. And his arch nemesis is a goose.
A goose?
A goose?
Is a goose. A goose. In fact, the actual real Fabio was actually attacked by a goose and broke his nose on a ride.
Oh. That's terrible.
That's funny.
I still remember seeing that. God.
The duality.
I just love this. There are different peoples in the world.
That's terrible. That's funny.
The kind and cautious. Oh, don't hit it. It'll do something. Me, slap it. See what happens.
Yes.
Timothy.
Hey, Timothy. Also, just to tell everybody here, if you know about the Twitch integrated throwing system, I'm not gonna say the acronym.
Tits.
No. I actually have been trying that system, and it's so funny. I'm contemplating on actually putting it in my stream, but yeah, it might get out of hand really quickly if you have been to a few streams like that. Yeah,
That's crazy.
It can go crazy, but yeah, I'll put it up for a test run to see how people like it. But other than that, I'm scared.
Kind of works. Ba-ba-ba. Ah, I finally fixed it. I finally did it.
Yay.
Yay, and you didn't have to start over.
Kind of. There are some things I want to like rework,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I need to actually buy the program to actually do it.
There is the
Really?
42-day free trial.
You have 42-day free.
Is either that or I was just stupid and grouped things in places that they shouldn't be grouped in. And I'm just being very lazy.
Well, still, it would probably be an investment to you to actually see what you need to do and what's available to you, so
The
you can
mouth
actually.
looks really good.
Yeah.
He even got bottom things now, which I kind of just took the top things and I kind of just flipped them. So I was lazy.
Yay.
I didn't want to draw bottom things. I think it goes apparent when I just reuse assets and just flip them over, I get to the point where it's just like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely burned out on this project. Time to do something else.
Well, especially if you're going to probably be doing it for somebody and there's monetary value involved in it, I think that kind of gives you an extra push to keep doing it.
Yeah, I did this on because freebie.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I want to point this out. I have something in the works, and Zenny is partially responsible for making it happen.
I gave birth. Wait. I take
How?
that back.
How did you do
Magic.
that?
Magic.
Yeah, I have a new design coming in, and it's thanks to Zenny that it looks a little bit better. So it's probably coming soon. We'll see when it actually comes into play. But it is being worked on, so I don't want to reveal too much than that. So
I also noticed with my first model, I didn't technically. I only had like the lip line. I didn't draw like an actual like top lip. So that's something I learned. Add a lip like thing to hide all the nasty bits into the thing.
Yeah.
what would you say is the hardest thing to rig for you, Matthew?
Hardest thing for me to rig?
Yeah.
Mouth.
Mouth.
Yes.
Mouth.
Mouth.
If you want to be me, but you don't want to, you can always do it without the bottom lip. Thing's worthless. That's what I did on this model. That's why I was testing it out, and it kind of paid off.
That's good.
Considering the bottom lip is a
And
thing
now
that
I mean,
moves.
Look at this turd go!
and I never want to use the bottom lip again. Cargo,
Escargot.
you going? It is 10:15. I should put my dog.
Look
in
at this
bed.
turd
I'll
go!
let him cause havoc for a while.
Escargot.
You going?
You having a
Look
good
at
time?
this turd go!
Escargot.
Everybody's
He
having
goes
a-
again.
You going? He's moving. I am itchy.
Flippin' flippity.
You know what? We need to come up with a song for Escargot. It's like, there he goes, there goes Escargot now. There, she's a demon on wheels. She's a demon and she's gonna be chasing after someone.
Cargo's a woman?
Yeah.
It's a whole new world.
Did you not know?
I feel like you told me and I'm just dumb and I forgot.
Big reveal, everybody. Escargot is a girl.
Got woman bits. Wait, actually, do snails have that?
Yes, Escargot is a girl, Toad.
Escargot woman.
Look at her go. Look at that Escargot.
You didn't know.
I think it's due to the fact that Escargot doesn't have eyelashes. Stereotypical woman has to have eyelashes.
And there she
Look
goes
at this
again.
turd go!
Meow.
Should have escargot have eyelashes?
2.0 Escargot. The update, eyelashes.
I don't think she's put on mascara for a while. I mean, what good does racers have with us with mascara? You know.
The boy, he is home.
Eyelashes for Escargot. Okay.
Hashtag get it trending.
If I ever see a hashtag that I ever caused trending, I would.
I fixed him.
I'd probably do a thing.
Do a thing.
I'd do a thing.
I literally spent all day on this, just fixing him. I finally figured out why he was stuck at an angle the whole time. Because the default was at 0 when it should have been at 5.
Flippin'.
And then we're on stream right now. But it's just as soon as Matthew told me that and to fix it, I spooked the dog when I sand stuff. Did you really bought 4 packs of coffee? I need dinner.
haven't eaten yet?
No. Have him.
Here's Sonic Colors. I love
Okay.
Sonic Colors.
I'll give you a treat. You have to go to bed.
You know, I never played that game when it came out, and I'm so happy I have it on my Switch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No. Bedtime. I'm not dealing with you tonight.
That night was a fun experience.
I was happy you were there to experience it with me for the first time. God.
Looking good so far, thank you. I'm glad you're liking it.
There you go. Sit. Now. What? What?
I'm
got
gonna
bottom bangs
be
now.
close that. Okay, stop. I'm probably out of sync. God.
I completely re-rigged the mouth.
I can tell. Because it wasn't working.
What do you mean?
This morning it wasn't working properly.
What do you mean?
I don't know if it was because of my phone or whatever, but I don't think it was. But it just wouldn't detect my mouth at all.
That was probably your phone because it was working fine for me during the night.
You played Colors to Completion when it came out, so
I'll have
Ultimate
to
didn't
check.
interest you? Aww.
Test it and see if it is my phone.
It probably was because it was working fine. It was just the mouth because I was doing the mesh all weird. So it was like
Like the
spazzing
mouth
out.
would open and everything, but it would. I would have to to make it open.
But you can also just mess around in the settings for that. But the reason I redid the mouth was because I did the mesh completely weird.
Yeah.
So it was making it overlap with everything and whatnot. So I completely scrapped the original mouth that I was doing. I updated the top of the bits to where it has an actual flesh bit instead of just the curved line.
Yeah.
So I can hide all my excess parts. And then I gave you bottom things. Not the best, but it's a definite improvement. Fixed the tilting issue, fixed all the expression issues.
My goodness.
I cannot fix the earrings. No matter how hard I tried, I could not figure out the earrings.
Well, can't you just attach them just directly to
My arm hurts, Matthew.
It's
Wait,
because
say what?
I had to deal with the extra.
My arm hurts.
What'd
And
you
every
do?
time I would mess around with it, it would.
I got the
just
booster
melt.
shot today.
Oh, yeah.
Booster shot.
Yeah, I got the booster shot for COVID-19.
I got these. One. I had a blood.
I need to get mine.
Blood sugar crash. Not now. Not an hour ago. I think I didn't eat enough today.
Arr.
It's all got it.
Or you save your money instead of buying the game you already beat before. Well, this is how I see it. The Switch has a lot of games that I never was able to play, and probably some other people haven't been able to afford too. And I feel it's the best system to actually play wireless. So I think it gives everybody the advantage to actually play.
Mhm.
Plus, I think your character looks better without the earrings.
I like the earrings.
I really like them.
I do. They were part of the original character.
Well, that worked on the original character because it's a Sonic character.
I've never seen Sonic characters with earrings. Huh?
Well, we would probably have to change them a bit.
I still remember when I got Sonic Colors, and the girl I was helping,
Doing the studs.
or the girl that was helping me, I should say, she's just like, you look like
try
the
to
type of
figure out
girl who would
how
like
to
Sonic.
read-
No joke. She
Because I
actually
cannot
pulled
figure it
Sonic
out.
Colors out and said, we have it on sale.
The earrings aren't gonna work until I learn more about how to do it.
That's funny.
You goober.
So I couldn't tell her no because it was a game that I was interested in playing. So I'm like, oh, okay.
You must be happy. I went back and I redid the whole mouth all day. You butt.
Thank you.
You butthead.
I said thank you.
You are a butthead.
Mind if I get on the PC for a second?
Well, I'm currently streaming right now with friends.
Yes, tell him we can hear his conversation.
You are hearing the entire conversation live on stream
Yoink.
about me calling him a butthead.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Doop.
For the record, yes, I did tell that girl I was a VTuber and that I did have a Sonic character, and she was just completely floored after that.
Yeah.
Did you ever tell her your username?
I did, but I said, please be discreet about it. And she said, okay.
You think she ever followed you?
She might have, but I really don't know. That's up to her.
Yeah.
So.
I was just thinking, like, oh, that'd be cool if, like, you met someone and now they follow you type thing.
Yeah.
Like, here's a person you met, now they follow you.
Well, I've actually done that before with somebody at my old job. And their reaction when they saw me the next day was, it's so weird to see you here working with me. And I'm like, excuse me? And like, yeah, you just seem more like I can enjoy you more on the stream than at work. Because you're more fun that way.
Well, damn, tell me how you really feel.
I'm like, okay. But I no longer work with him, so.
Huh. Actually, I don't tell many people that I'm a VTuber often. I've told some of my coworkers.
Yeah.
Ouch, yeah. But I remember, I was wearing one of my shirts when I walked into a GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
And I even had the cashier ask, like, what is that shirt from? What is that? And my response was, oh, it's just some streamer I'll watch.
Matthew.
Yeah.
You sneaky Matthew.
But I didn't want to be like, yeah, I'm a Twitch streamer, this is my stuff, check it out. So I was just like, yeah, it's just some guy I watch on Twitch, it's fine.
Yeah,
All good.
I wouldn't say it was an ouch thing. He just couldn't. I would say the guy who I was working with he wasn't trying to be mean. He just couldn't believe that he was working with me. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know the thingies.
Your entire work staff very much knows you want to be a VTuber. Well,
You're in the Spider-Man position.
Spider-Man?
I'll just say, if you reveal yourself to people you work with, you have to accept the consequences that will happen afterwards.
Yeah. That's why I'm a little finicky, just like telling people like, yeah.
The sad and the one and something else.
Fear. They're literally just the same expression. Except for... Yeah, you can technically combine them, but they're literally just... It's just fear, but with tears.
No, it wasn't that one. It was like it was the sad and a happy.
I'll get the music back up here in a second.
Ah, that's so
Oh,
sweet.
that's very sweet, Toad. There we go. Got the music back up.
Also, the glasses are toggleable. I made it as an expression, and then I can just set it all the way to 0, so where it just pops off. And if you like accidentally like say you combine all the expressions together, all you gotta do is just like hit 0 and it just removes everything. So yeah, you're fully ready to go. Well, you can wait till after stream. I don't know. However long Matthew wants to draw. He's baby, and we appreciate babies here. I did want him to make more stuff, like a tail wagging animation and like ear floppies, but I'm not skilled enough to do that yet.
You mean the tail?
Well, that's because it's attached to breathing. But like an animal, like how Silverbow has it, where she can just like wave it back and forth really fast. I would have to probably get premium in the future, so I can get more parameters to do stuff.
Oh, live.
Yeah, especially if you want your stupid little earrings.
How much is it?
It's monthly, I think.
You can buy it yearly.
Well, it's a yearly thing.
How much is it?
I don't know.
Oh, he wants to know how much it is, huh? Let's
Yeah.
see.
Oh,
Live to the
it's a pricey one.
Cubism. Let's see.
Like it without the glasses and earrings.
Live to the Cubism.
You can have glasses.
Yeah. Hobble, wobble, wobble.
I can give you some studs.
It is monthly. It is $18 a month. It is
Monthly is 18.
Yearly is $123.78.
Yearly is 100 plus.
Color here.
And 3-year is $318.29.
And for 3 years is 300 plus. I don't know. I like your doofiness without the glasses and earrings. I feel like it is less distracting on the face.
But if he wants to
Well, you-
invest in it, maybe the best would actually be like probably the annual plan.
Best one is probably the annual plan. Well, we won't be able to afford that for a while. These are literally just your reading glasses. Just whoop, I can read now. Okay.
You know, if you think about it, he would actually be investing in you to actually produce a little bit more if you're going into this.
That is true, but given how we're living paycheck by paycheck at the moment, is not really a good call right now, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Are you guys thinking about going into what I told you about earlier?
About the food stamps thing? Whenever we have the time to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to look into it? Later this week, we plan to.
Yeah, I
Sounds
mean,
good.
I didn't want to bring it. I didn't want to talk about it on stream, but you know, your
Oh,
life
that's all
situation has to, you know.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll figure it out. I thought someone was chatting. No, it was just Matthew's daily notification of check out these new sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the sound.
Hee.
I wonder if my sound is still there. Maybe not.
But
Your sound?
Go for it!
I need to do a model showcase of your avatar at some point.
Go for it.
Wait, light. video.
I know, but like I want to do one so I have
By the way,
something.
probably in the morning. I'm not gonna post it until closer to the time that one debut, but I'm gonna record a little video like you did.
Oh, just me poking out.
Something like
You have to have the Wii Shop theme music. Otherwise, I will take down your video.
no.
It's on a glass foundation, Toad. Yeah, a lot of us are still trying to make it right now.
Don't you
I mean-
love living through a pandemic?
Glorious.
Glorious.
I mean, I'm very, very fortunate right now. I have what's gonna happen to me probably in about less than a month.
Oh yeah. It's a good day.
Yeah. In fact, are you okay about me talking about what happened today, Matthew?
Sure, go right ahead.
To everybody here, I have actually quit my job.
Yeah.
Yes. I quit it when I was doing a lot of things in the process of my new job that I was hired at. So I actually went up to my boss and just said, "Hey, I wanted to let you know that I'm done. I'm done, and I just wanted to say my farewell. So, and this is my 2 weeks notice." And I made a little art on it too. I had like a little picture of myself with pigtails gliding on a heart balloon that says, "Live your life to the fullest," and with a little note on there. I wasn't trying to be mean or anything, and just said, I'm just going. And my work still hasn't compensated me for since I had an accident there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually trying to tell them, we're gonna work that out. So there was a little bit of rudeness there that wasn't supposed to happen, but I made sure to make the best of it. And things will be actually moving forward for the previous job I had and my new job that I'm going forward with. So things can only get better, and I'm very, very happy about that. So, and I don't have to go in freezers anymore. Yay! But I kind of did this like a boss, I want to say. I don't want to like say what I did, but I mentioned I got the booster shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I got the booster shot, before I actually resigned or gave my 2 weeks notice, I actually said, my job is offering booster shots to all employees. Technically, I'm still an employee. So I called in and said, I want to get my booster shot. And they said, yeah, sure, why not? Can get your booster shot. And not even 5 minutes later, after I got my booster shot, and they said, we gotta watch you for a few minutes, I went straight to my boss and they said I quit. So I got my booster shot and I got to leave there. So I was like, yeah. So I had a lot of fun doing that. And I just felt so good afterwards. And when I met up with my roommate, I showed her what I did. She was just like, you didn't have to be so nice. You didn't have to do that to them. Like, yeah, but I wanted to end it on a good note, not a bad note. She's like, yeah, but they don't deserve it. It's like, I don't care. That's not my personality. Even if someone did something to me, I'd rather be them good. So, but yes, I'm very happy right now, and we'll see what the future brings.
Honestly, I'm kind of the same way too. I'm very nice with things, even if my kindness is not very well deserved.
Yeah, I just think I feel both me and you, Matthew. We understand that life can be cruel, but we understand that we don't want to be a part of that. We want to be something even better.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to stoop to their
And
level. I want to be better. I want to be the bigger man.
yeah, and I feel that's just who we are on this earth. And when, you know, when it's no longer around, somebody else may have that chance to actually try to make it better. So
Mm-hmm.
I think about that every day. Just like, what's going to happen when you're gone? Or, are you going to leave it better than you left, than you were in it? And I was like, I'm going to try.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really going to try because I I may be a hopeless romantic, but at least I know I like being that way.
Have I ever told you what my overall dream is in life?
No.
So, the biggest thing I want to achieve is I want to leave behind a legacy that inspires people. That's like
Aw.
that's like my ultimate goal in life, basically.
I think you're doing good. Do you believe you're actually doing that right now?
I think I am. I believe I am.
Well, you're not the only one who feels that way. Because I feel you are too. Sorry, this is a comfy stream, everybody. It's just who we are.
Yeah. I mean, this is what my art streams mostly are. I would just want things to be chill, just be able to talk with everybody, have a good time. My art streams are basically like my just chatting streams. Just people get to see what I'm working on, and I get to talk with everybody, see what everybody's up to, see how everybody's doing.
Yeah. I agree. It's really neat sometimes, depending what you do in life, you don't know who is going to see it eventually, but if someone enjoys it, they'll let you know one way or another. And you never know what you may do. I mean, I still remember one time I used to do summer camp. I used to be a camp counselor.
Ooh.
And one child actually came up to me and said, I like you. And not like in a romantic way, but more in a kind of like big sister way. And I said, why? And I said, well, I was actually scared to go home because I'm always told I can't do anything right. And you told me I can do anything if I put my mind to it.
Aww.
And I actually found out later that they're really contemplating on killing themselves. And because I gave them the attention and the hope and the drive to keep moving forward, they forgot about doing that entirely. And I actually met up with them, I think, my third year, and I was actually working with them. And they were a summer camp counselor.
Huh.
So it was actually kind of fun to see them working with me.
That's really neat.
Yeah. So they actually had a happier life after that. And I know it wasn't just me. It was a lot of other people that had that effect on them. So I just really liked having that connection, knowing that I made some of a tiny difference. But, ultimately it's their own power that kept them going. So
Okay. See how this looks.
Let's
Whoa.
see the final.
Oh. I didn't realize I hit that button. That made things weird.
Whoa.
There we go.
I like that.
I actually want to
That's
try
pretty
the...
neat.
I'm going to try the radial again, actually. See how this looks. I think I like that, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Alrighty. And there we go. Finished Toad.
Good job, Toad. Good job, Matthew.
Thank you.
I actually kind of like that one without the hologram on it.
Oh,
It makes you wonder what he's looking at.
you know.
Oh,
I'll save...
actually, never mind.
I'll save it.
Never mind. That actually looks really good. No, I take it back. The whole shading and whatnot actually makes it stand out.
It's like, wait a minute, I forgot a thing.
I forgot a thing. Where's the hologram?
There we go.
Oh, there's the hologram. It's right there.
I'll save a transparent version too.
That's a smart idea. Big brain, big brain.
Yeah, Druid, I just had it invisible so I could do the shading properly without the hologram interfering. Oh, I'll get that sent to you real quick. And then I've got one more sub art to do. I'm gonna start it, but I don't know if I'll be able to finish it tonight because I do want to stop around midnight-ish. And we're approaching that time rather quickly. Gotta make food, and I gotta make sure I have enough time to make food.
Food is
is
good. I think I want to make a pizza tonight. Maybe a Totino's pizza,
Pizza.
a square pizza. That should be round.
It should be
You know.
round.
It should be round.
It should be.
Cause what goes around comes around.
I wish it was round.
It may be one day, Matthew. I mean, the whole round business actually came because I think it was in Brooklyn that they started making pizzas that way. It was just a little bit more cheaper instead of just placing them in a pan and, shove them out the door.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the square pizzas also became a lot cheaper to mass produce. So that's kind of like where we are right now because they're not like handcrafted, made, and whatnot. It's the Twitter and socials page. I love this one.
Get time to get this one all finished up.
Yay!
If we can tonight, I don't know how close I'll get.
Well, you do what you need to do. If you need to stop, you need to stop. Don't make me stop you, okay?
Okay. Burbs. Many burbs.
Herb.
I haven't had pizza rolls in a long time.
Hey, you want a pizza roll?
Who wants pizza rolls?
Red Letter Media and Pizza Rolls. You ever seen them?
No.
Yeah, I highly recommend you watch Red Letter Media with Plinkett. His big thing is pizza rolls. Yeah, I was like, anytime I hear pizza rolls, I connect it to Plinkett. And just like, there's one, in fact, you actually hear Plinkett in Smiling Friends. Remember that first episode we watched with that one guy who had like a gun to his temple?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's Plinkett. That was the voice to Plinkett. And I'm like, oh my god, it's Plinkett. He's actually in the show. And when I heard him like, and that's the way we do things here, I was just like, that's so Plinkett. God. And you hear that voice in some of the early videos that this content creator made. And he plays a psychopathic, crazy man that you never see his face to. And he talks about making pizza rolls. And you learn a little bit about his life and whatnot, too. Yes, Smiling Friends. We mentioned Smiling Friends in there, too. But I'm mainly talking about Plinkett and Red Letter Media. that's where one of the voices came from. And this content creator is actually really brilliant in how he actually made this guy. He doesn't do a lot of reviews with this character, but he should. And anytime I remember my friends watching him, they were like, let's go get some pizza rolls. I'm like, but pizza rolls are so bad. I thought pizza bagel bites are a lot better than pizza rolls.
Mhm.
So it was, yeah. There's a part where he talks about pizza rolls in Star Wars. And just like, he's like, yeah, there's one part where a pizza roll comes down the stairs in episode 1 and it tells you to butcher your wife. I don't know, it seems kind of weird. The pizza roll actually talks in demonic voices, telling you to kill your wife. I'm just like, what the heck is this all about? It's too crazy. But he made a business out of it because of this guy, and he actually does movie reviews now. And the actual voice of Plinkett, he used to be, I want to say, a bellhop, or not a bellhop, someone who took tickets in movies. So he worked at movie theaters all the time. So he was actually forced to watch a lot of bad movies when he was in them. And I think it was about a decade or so ago. And he actually took that time to write scripts about movies he hated. And he made a business out of it, and he got famous because of it. So, yeah, that voice, you just can't. Once you hear it in Smiling Friends, and you see it in Red Letter Media, oh my god, your world just completely changes. Because then you get entertained and you want to see more stuff done by him.
Yeah. That's like how they also got chills for like one single scene in Smiling Friends. That's what,
Really?
Yeah. I think I showed you before, but it's like him at a restaurant. He's like, I'll have the number 15.
I'll have number 15.
He like walks to the restaurant. He's like, number 15. I'll have the number 15.
No. Oh god.
Like, that's incredible.
Yeah, and I think James Rolfe, the video game nerd, I think he actually played the devil in that series as well. I haven't watched that one yet, but people have been saying that. Like, yeah, James Rolfe did the devil. Like, okay. And Gilbert Gottfried was God for some reason. You don't know. Okay. There's I think it's top 15 with chills on YouTube. That's where we're talking about, is on YouTube there's this guy that does a lot of creepy videos. He does top 15 of them, and his voice is very distinctive, and a lot of people make memes of him and whatnot because of it. Because his voice is iconic. It's just like, he's like, number 5, number 1. It's just like, what the heck is he talking about?
But he says it in like a very educational way, and like a very like young educational way.
Yeah.
Because he's like, did you know?
Top 15 LMAO. Well, there's a lot of videos that are like top 15, so
Yeah.
it's just like, how do I point it out? You know?
Found him because he does a lot of ghost videos, and I watched Nuke Norway.
Yeah.
When I watched Nuke Norway, YouTube recommended a lot of chills stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm in the mood for it to watch something scary, and other times I'm just like, absolutely not. I have so much anxiety right now, I don't need something else to worry about. I do enjoy watching videos. That's one of my favorites. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
That's the one he's known for the best.
I remember when top 15 or top 10s were like the top videos to watch. Like, do you remember Danger Dolan?
Yeah, I used to watch Danger Dolan all the time.
Yeah, I used to watch Danger Dolan all the time myself. Like, Danger Dolan had the internet in his pocket, and then one day it all stopped.
Yeah.
It's like, where'd he go?
I even watched him before Planet Dolan took off.
Yeah.
Because like he didn't have like a character or anything. He was just a guy who did top 10s.
Yeah, that was about it. And then he started doing other things, started branching out. But I think what had happened was YouTube changed their policies. So a lot of the things they were doing, they weren't getting recognized by the algorithm anymore. So they couldn't keep up with the demand. And I think the pay was just too low for the animators.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so eventually they stopped. I only see like very few videos, if anything, from Dolan. And it's really sad because he owned the internet at one point and now he's gone.
Yeah.
I'm right here, Toad. Don't worry about it.
I was about to say, to answer your question, I think she's back.
Sorry, I went to go get food because I was absolutely starving.
Understandable.
That's fine. You need food to survive.
I got some stir-fried Korean barbecue flavored noodles.
Bow tie,
Lucky.
French fry.
You want something? I'm contemplating having a Supreme Pizza by Totino's later.
Supreme.
Supreme.
Taco Dine.
Yeah.
Supreme.
I would get cheese and then put stuff on it, but I really don't have a lot of stuff right now. I know Matthew would just put pepperoni on it.
More pepperoni.
More pep. Needs more pep.
More pepperoni. Let me tell you a story.
Yes.
A few years when thing.
Take your time, Matthew.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out how to word it because I don't want to just straight up say like. You know,
Say where it is. You can always make it up.
I'll just
You know, you
cut,
don't have to.
I'll just cut to the chase.
say
Back when I
what
was
it is.
homeless.
Yeah. Aww,
Yeah,
you have to say that.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid saying it, but I don't know how to word it any other way.
You could have just said when I was having rough living conditions. You know, you have a way of putting it in different contexts.
Thing is, it was a few years ago. I'm out of it now. I'm far happier. So you know what? Nah.
Yeah.
I stayed near a Pizza Hut, and I remember I was like, I'll just order pizza one day. I'll just get a pizza. That'll be my dinner. And I told them to put extra pepperoni on it. They gave me my pizza, and you literally could not see the pizza. It was just a mountain of pepperonis.
But now you have breakfast, dinner, and lunch. And pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
God, I still remember Pizza Hut being one of my favorite chains. It was like, so many good ideas that Pizza Hut had growing up. I remember me and my brother, when we were still getting along very well, we always made sure we would order either Pizza Hut or Little Caesars, and we would watch Ninja Turtles.
Ooh.
Yeah, we would watch Ninja Turtles, the movie, together. It was one of my favorite things to do with my brother.
Nice.
Because overall in general, I really like the first TMNT movie. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's because the charm and charisma that the characters give are just really big on my list. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
These are really good.
I had McDonald's today for lunch.
Got the Mickey D's.
Yeah.
Did you get chicken nuggies?
Oh yeah.
The nuggies are good. Yeah, I try to keep McDonald's on the down low, but really are really no good options.
You see, I have a problem with that right now where the place where I moved to start my new position at work, it's on a little strip where there's like every major fast food restaurant just within a minute's drive.
Yeah.
So when I'm on lunch, it's like, what do I want today? Do I want Arby's, KFC? Do I want Wendy's, McDonald's?
I know what I want. I want the sandwich I made that at home. Wait, no, I don't. This thing sucks.
Conveniently, I do live near a. For the last time, you didn't know what Mickey D's was. That's surprising.
I've been to Mickey D's.
Mickey D's. But I actually live really close to this local sandwich shop that I really, really love. I actually work down the road from it now. But the big thing with them is, it sounds weird when I say it, but they steam their sandwiches.
Neat. I love that idea.
Yams.
They're really good. Like, I know some people be like, soggy bread? Well, like, it's not... The bread is wet, but it's not, like, super soggy. But it makes the meat so juicy, and it melts the cheese just right, and it's so good.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of Philippe's down in LA. I think they kind of steam their stuff too, and they're kind of like home of I want to say the dip, the French dip bread.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it comes like with roast beef and whatnot, and they found it by accident. It was like, they accidentally dropped it in the dip, and the guy had said, oh, I'll take it. So now, if you order the original Philippe's in LA, you'll get your sandwich pre-dipped with more dip.
Oh.
Dip, potato chip.
Potato chip. And it does come with chips too, so yeah, you can actually dip your potato chips in dip.
Bowl.
Oh, the name Mickey D's? I could see that.
That's a big turnoff for most sandwich joints. If the bread is soggy, I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a real selling point to some people. It's just like, our bread is different from others, and when you find out what it is and what they're offering, you really can experience a new sensation. I mean, last night, my roommate's order got confused and they gave us more food, and I actually tried a Thai shrimp salad with peanut sauce, and I never tried it before, but I was curious, and I actually really, really liked it. It was pretty dang good.
Sometimes you'll just get stuff that you like.
True. How do you pronounce au jus?
Au jus?
Au jus.
Au jus sauce. I used to make that for a living.
Au jus?
Yeah.
Au jus?
When I worked at a grocery store, we sold French dips. And the au jus I actually had to make from scratch every single day.
Oh, wow.
Can you still make it from scratch?
Say what?
Can you still make it from scratch?
I mean, I can. I know the recipe. It's honestly not that much. But I quit that job a long time ago. And by a long time ago, I mean a little over a year.
Goodness.
Oh god.
Everything
For
okay?
a second that Toad was speaking French, and I was like, oh god, you're putting my French knowledge to the test. I don't remember anything.
I never tried Thai. And to be honest, I have Thai on the mind for something that made me sad the other day.
I like the green curry that Thai places give.
want to try
That
curry.
sounds good. But there was a Chinese place that was down the road from where I work. I was like, you know what? I'm getting Chinese for lunch at work.
Yum.
So I go there. It closed down and turned into a Thai shop.
Uh-oh.
I was like, I want wonton.
You can still get wonton noodle if you just wonton ask them.
Lord.
I'm sorry. I'm
You're
sorry. I'm very punny. Okay, I don't mean any ill will to anybody.
Mom energy, more like dad energy.
I've got the dad energy here.
I just wonton ask them anything.
There it is.
Casey loves my dad humor.
Yeah, it's cute. I guess you could say I got a lot of this humor from my mom and from my dad. It was, yeah, I thank them for a lot of things that I am now.
What's up?
That was really good stir fry.
I take it you heard me?
That reminds me of a curry right back at you joke.
I'm saying how much you like my dad humor.
Yes.
Chaos.
Us.
Oh, I finished the line art. But I think I may stop there for now.
Okay.
Get a
Yeah, it's
teaser.
getting pretty late.
Only a little bit.
And
Ooh.
Once you try this wonton soup, you don't want any more.
Let me tell you, I love wonton. And I will ask for extra fried noodles and throw them all in my soup.
Yes.
So
I
good.
feel similar.
Alrighty. Let's see, who can we raid tonight?
Let's see. We have Full of Love Cocktail.
Ooh.
We have Banshee Boo. On my side, we have Mike the Cat. I believe we have Black and Blue Cheer, Vile Clune, Cat and Crabs. Yeah, those are all the people that have less than 30 right now
Okay. Let's see.
on my end.
Do, 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 do.
do, 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 do.
Think. Hold on, let me see if she's on stream right now. Okay, she is. She just came back. Go raid my friend Mickey ran. I haven't raided her in a while. Ooh. But before we take off, Justin Van Veen 1234, the Demon Monkey 097. Thank you both for the follow earlier today. And Toad,
Hey.
Toad, thank you for the resub today as well.
Wait.
And Trixie, Chris, Caleb, Yuna, Flames, Mike, thank you all for using the points today.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. And thank you to Zenny and Trixie for hanging out with me today.
Yee.
Anytime you want.
I love how whenever I use the clap alone, it's always followed up by the audience clap.
Yeah. That's perfect. So I won't be live tomorrow night. I may upload my schedule pretty soon. Maybe get my schedule up and going. But I believe I'll be on Wednesday night.
Natsuki.
Thank you, Natsuki, for the
Look
votes.
at this cargo!
This cargo. Everyone's
It's
going
cargo.
nuts. I believe I'll be on Wednesday night with more Chocobo Dungeon with Casey. I need to finalize my schedule so I know what the heck I'm actually doing.
Yeah.
Look at this cargo!
This cargo. Alrighty. But yeah,
Let's go.
we'll set up this
Did they
raid.
actually?
Did actually what?
Look at
Did they
this
actually
turd
make
go!
a life-size Hisuian Growlithe plushie?
Maybe.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Or were they just doing that for a commercial ad?
I have no idea.
I think that's just for a commercial, but it looked like a life-size Hisuian Growlithe plushie. It's really weird.
But yeah, with that I shall say good night.
Hisuian your night.
Escargot, escargot, go, go.
There you go.